So what's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer, and we're here with another Marvel Legends review. Yeah, I'm getting a few more of them this year, definitely more than last year, that's for sure. And this is the This is the Gamerverse series from the Spider-Man 2 video game. I admit it, I have not had a chance to play this yet. I played the first one, I loved it. I played the Miles Morales game, loved it. Still need to play this one. But this is the Miles Morales Brooklyn 2099 suit. Now, this particular series of figures, I won't lie, it really, it was one of those why kind of things. Almost makes, I wonder if they were obligated by Sony, I don't know. But I pretty much passed on all of them until I saw this suit. I don't know, there was just something about this. I think it's the combination of the spider suit with the fatigues and all, and it just, honestly, I don't know if I liked it for being a spider character or even as possibly just some kind of troop builder of some sort. You know, I could kind of see this being with the Swarm or, well, I don't know. I haven't played the game, so I don't know how the suit was in there. We'll go back here. It's got the renderings of all these. Maybe the black suit, I might pick that one up if I see it. Rest of these, though, I know I have zero desire for. Though I do know T-Man got the black cat. But, yeah, that's the box. That's the stuff here. Let's get him out, and let's see how much this figure is going to be. If this is going to be absolutely awesome, or if I'm going to be questioning life's choices. This is, okay, let's cut things off here. Let's head some things up. This is not a bad figure. Okay, first of all, this is not a bad figure. This is definitely a figure, though, that it could have been a great figure. This has a lot of good things going for it. Let me start off with that. It is definitely a good action figure. It has some very neat designs to it, but this is one where it could have been an absolutely amazing figure. I mean, there's a lot of new tooling on this. Let's start with that. I mean, this whole Gamerverse line, I really had no desire for any of them. I had a couple of the Gamerverse figures from a couple years ago, but I think that was because they came with the Venom wave, so you had to get those Gamerverse costumes. And this year's one interesting aspect with them, and that's with the plastic up here. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Like, this is like this again. This could have been something absolutely awesome, just for a few choices. But like, they put a lot into this figure. There's a lot of new tooling in here, and there's some areas I don't know how they're gonna reuse, to be honest. And that's kind of the crazy thing for a figure like this. This whole top shelf, the torso here. Sorry, allergies kicking in. This is all sculpted in. This is that weird hard plastic. They used it in those last Gamerverse figures too, like the speed suit and such. It's this very hard plastic shell, and the spider symbol here. Like, this is not tampoed on. This is sculpted. All of these lines are sculpted in. It is absolutely crazy. It's actually rather astounding for such a, frankly, minor figure. I've seen other characters which are more major just be Bucky Cap molds or Vulcan molds with just a new head. This has got tooling, sculpting, unique parts. Look, I bend the torso down here. This is all sculpted in, and it continues down. Same, not with the front here, but all of this. It's not painted. It's part of the mold. It's impressive. The pouches here, again, they're added on here. I got paint on the belt buckles. Very, very, very impressive with this. So I cannot take that away. Articulation is decent, but this is where things start getting a little woulda, coulda type of situation. Decent butterfly joint. Not their best, not their worst. Because of this hard plastic, I do not feel I'll be able to I might be able to take the chance of removing it to see if I can do the surgery to get a little bit more. But because of the hard plastic right here, I know the butterfly won't be able to bend in more across his torso, for example. And yeah, actually, because of that plastic, that's probably as far as back as would get anyway. So I guess I can't complain about the butterfly joints. The ab crunch, that's as far as it goes. Uh, it's decent. I wouldn't have. I guess if I could, maybe if there's a way to cut that plastic out without it looking horrible, that would probably get me a little more deeper ab crunch to it. This is going to sound petty, but the waist is my biggest issue. Because this is that old style waist. This is that basic Marvel Legends style waist that, frankly, really kills the immersion because you have those flat hips. This is one that if we had the double barbell up here in the design, I think it would have been absolutely awesome. Kind of like how that Ultimate Miles was. No drop down hips here. That's okay. Kicks up all right. Double jointed knees. Notice everything is pinless. Lovely, lovely pinless. And these are some awesome pants, by the way. I do hope to see at least this lower torso again. And there is a lower boot swivel. Do you remember that Daredevil figure I reviewed a while ago? It only had single jointed legs. Like, these are the legs it should have had, to be honest. And it's decent. Again, it's decent. Head is on the disc hinge, so it can look up pretty decent. I know I could probably I could probably Dremel the back of this if I wanted to. There's a little bit of hard sculpting here to make the helmet look more cybernetic. Again, this is supposed to be the 2099 design. So, look at the helmet here. You've got the main eyes, and he actually has technically 8 eyes. There's an eye here, lens here up top, the larger ones, and 2 smaller ones. So very spider-like. And then you got your accessories. Let's talk about those. For accessories, he only has the one head, which I'm actually absolutely fine with, to be honest. I don't always need to have an unmasked head for my characters. What I do need to have for my spider characters are 2 fists, 2 web crawling hands, and 2 whipping hands. I couldn't get that in that last Miles figure. We also get these 2 web effects, which I honestly really have no idea how to use these. I mean, do I just want to have them on the ground, see if I can wedge them in the back of things, maybe a little bit of sticky tack? I mean, it's cool, but I was hoping that, I don't know, a little bit more. Maybe with the wall crawling hand, I can kind of wedge this in there to kind of make it look almost like a shield of some kind, I guess. I don't know. But it's neat to have them. I mean, this is more than I got with that Ultimate Miles. The Ultimate Miles, yes, I had the alternate head, but then, and I got a comic book, which Condor over there is still enjoying. But I really wanted to have 2 wall crawling hands and 2 whipping hands. So this one, he's got it. Now, one thing I'm going to say with how he's designed is the articulation is decent, but it doesn't give me spider articulation. First of all, he's got the really good wall crawling hands too. They've got the bent fingers on there, so if you put that on the ground, he's actually got his fingertips on there. But it just doesn't look natural having him in that position. He's just stiff. I'm gonna say it. This is one where, again, I mentioned that double ball torso is absolutely perfect for that. With the retro series and the Renew Your Vows and all that. So I'm glad he has them. I'm absolutely glad he has these. I'm never gonna be mad for having something, but it's like it doesn't quite work the way I'd want it to. Do again love the fact that the hands have the sculpted webbing to it. One of the reasons why I picked this figure up was I thought it would be interesting, not necessarily as a spider character, but in some ways even almost like as a soldier. Like I mentioned, I could totally see this almost like a swarm figure, like a swarm assassin, if I want to mix him in with Action Force, or even some kind of spider-themed G.I. Joe mercenary. One thing I wanted to do, and I want to do this right here, is I'm curious about the hands. Because I mentioned before, I want this guy could have been an assassin of some kind. And he's got the web cartridges around his arm. they might not necessarily be web cartridges. This is the hand from the Spider Shot figure, the What If, the Elseworlds version, or Elseworlds, one of the alternate Spider-Man figures, where he was an assassin. And I don't know, that's actually kind of cool. The hand fits really nice, and so I could absolutely have him, instead of being a Miles Morales, he's actually more like some kind of agent, and yes, he is shooting from his wrist. I do kind of dig that, and I like that the hand fits. I'm breaking out the stand again because remember how the Ultimate Miles, how I said it looks so good on a stand? Oh, heck, I just noticed that. That's a neat shoe. It actually has a little bit of a tag here at the back of it. Sorry, my ADHD just kicked in on there, but that's a nice little detail there. Wow. Again, a lot of new sculpting. But it's good sculpting, but it's not good spider sculpting. He does not have, this version of Miles just does not have that same kinetic feel. I can't get him to get in those bendy spider poses. I mean, they're okay, but they're definitely not fully acrobatic. It's just, it feels almost like a knockoff spider character in a way. Like, I can't get him to kick high. I can't get the hips in strange place, in those neat air-defying moves right there. But he does do just enough for an action figure. Just not enough for me to be to recommend for a spider figure. So, how can I put this? Again, it's not bad. You don't have the thigh gaps. You've got great sculpting. You've got great texturing on here. Again, so much new stuff. It's just, it feels like it could have just been that much more with just a little bit of love put into the actual body articulation design. Because cosmetically, he looks great. And he does do what I want an action figure to do. It's just not what I want a spider figure to do, if that makes sense. But let me know your thoughts. Am I being overly critical? Am I not being critical enough? I know I say that a lot, but I do value you guys' opinions. Did you guys pick up any of the Gamerverse figures? Let me know. Did you pass on these? I know most of us did, but like I said, I wanted to try this one. But I got a lot of cool stuff coming in, as always. I got a whole shipment from Mythic Legions coming in. I still have more of the carded figures to go through. So we got some fun stuff coming to this channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, please give it a like. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.